Hey guys, Calvin here from Finance Briefly. I want to show you guys how you can go about making money by blogging in South Africa. I'm going to show you some of the best practices. You can make a ton of money blogging in South Africa. A lot of people are doing it. Obviously, Knife Up, they bought up to sell for around 3 million Rand. Pontoonguide.com, they had 34 articles on there. And then 18 months later, it was earning 80,000 profit per month already. And Soundproof Expert, they only got around to writing 7 articles on the website, and then only with that content they were earning 7,000 Rand per month just on those 7 articles. So I don't own any of these websites, but so these are websites that were shared with the mentors that kind of taught me this process. We're implementing this process right now and have been for probably about a year and 3 months, and we're already seeing, we're probably doing around 15,000 Rand a month profit, and we're just getting started. So we're very excited about the process. We're seeing how profitable it is for us. So we've proven this process, and we would like to share it with you guys. So I learned this whole blogging strategy from Jim and Ricky. They two bloggers, and they've got a business called Income School, which is heavily focused around just online blogging and creating niche related blogs. So everything I'm about to share with you is stuff that I learned from them. So I highly recommend you guys go check them out. They've got a ton of free content on their YouTube channel. Also, I'll be using this blog post that I wrote about how to make money in South Africa through blogging. So if you want to use this article as kind of like a step-by-step guide, you can find by just heading over to Google Finance Briefly, and how to start blogging in South Africa. And then this should be the number one result. Okay, cool. So before we get started, there's just a few principles that I want to lay out. A lot of people start focusing on monetizing their blog as soon as they write their first or second article. This is a big waste of time, because there's no point actually monetizing your content until you have a decent amount of traffic. So when starting out, it's extremely important just to focus on the writing, get as many articles out as possible, obviously high quality articles. And then once you start getting, I don't know, like 500 plus daily site visitors a day, then you can start looking at how you're going to monetize the website. Another tip, so you'll need patience. So the study that Jim and Ricky did was they looked at how long it takes on average for a blog post to rank, and they found that it takes at least 8 months for a blog post to rank in Google. So it starts getting traffic. So it does require patience. It takes some time for you to see some traction with your work. So yeah, that's why it's so important in the beginning, just to get as much content out as possible. So when the website does get that traction, you'll see that hockey stick growth, and you'll see your success later. So it's kind of like planting a seed and waiting for it to grow. Here's another point that most South African bloggers struggle with: target American traffic. What I see a lot with South African bloggers is they focus on local search terms and they only get local traffic. But so there's two problems with that. First of all, there's not many people in South Africa. There's only about 60 million. Obviously, compare that to America. America's got like 320 million people. So the target audience is a lot bigger in America. So you can niche down your topic a lot more. The second point is you get paid a lot more for American traffic than South Africa traffic. And I mean, that's just basic economics. Obviously, the dollar is a lot stronger. Americans earn a lot more. There's a lot more competition in the country. So people are willing to spend a lot more for ad space. In South Africa, obviously, it's the reverse of that. So we've seen in our experience that in America, you'll get paid 10 times more for your ad space when compared to South Africa. So now that we have that out of the way, so the first step in this whole process is choose a small niche to blog about. So what I mean by a small niche, well, think about hobbies or interests that you're involved in. So this could include soccer. This could include pottery, even sewing. So something that you're extremely passionate about or interested in. So the more passionate about the topic you are, the more you'll be able to write about it. So since you'll be pushing out dozens and dozens, maybe even hundreds of articles, you got to have interest in the topic to be able to do it for a sustainable period of time. I've seen a lot of bloggers, including myself, where you get overly keen. You know, you're sold by the amount of money you can make, and that energy lasts only for like a month or two blogging. So yeah, select a topic that you're extremely interested in and something you don't mind researching more about. Okay. And then again, yeah, like I mentioned, make sure there are people interested in your topic in America. So you don't want to focus your topic on a South African topic. Okay, so some resources here. So I suggest you come to this article, scroll down to the first subheading, and watch this video. This video will kind of give you 9 niche side ideas, just to get your brain juices flowing. And then there's also a link here that will take you to 50 niche side ideas. All this information was provided by Income School, Jim and Ricky. Okay, cool. So once you have your niche idea, now it's time to set up your blog. Okay, setting up a blog, this will take you around 30 minutes. Setting up a blog is very easy once you've done it once. It might be a bit daunting at first, but I highly recommend you come to this blog post. I'm not going to get into the details, so just come to this blog post and then watch this video. Install WordPress. It's a quick little Bluehost. So a quick one on registering a domain. So the reason why I go with Bluehost is because you want to register a .com domain. So at the moment, I'm not sure what the price is at the moment, but when I wrote this, you could register a domain for around 40 Rand a month. But that said, the downside is you have to pay 12 months up front, so it could be a bit of money. That said, you can also take a look at Host Africa. Host Africa is another place you can register .com domains, and that's locally in South Africa. So step 3, research a list of article ideas. So the reason why you want to do this in bulk is when you finish writing an article, you don't want to think about what your next topic is, because this is a lot of stopping and going. So to kind of streamline the process and make it easy for yourself to get started with that next article, it's best to have a list of article ideas. When it comes down to writing, let's say you got to wake up early in the morning, all you got to do is select the topic and you can start writing. So time to complete your first article list is 3 to 4 hours. So when researching your article ideas, this is probably the most important part of your blogging, because you want to make sure of 2 things. You want to make sure enough people are searching this topic on Google, and secondly, you also want to do your competitor research to make sure that you'll actually be able to rank for this topic. So the Income School method that they talk about is the alphabet soup method that they use to find their topic ideas. So again, this method was created by Jim and Ricky. The nice thing about it doesn't require any paid tools, and it really does work. We've tried it. It's predominantly focused on answering very specific questions. So for example, can my dog eat bananas? Yeah, some very simple and basic questions. So for this action step, so come to this blog post, watch this video, and then come up with 200 search terms on your own. Okay, so once you have your 200 search terms, the next step is to do competitor analysis. So again, this is also important, because now that you've defined a search term that gets enough traffic, now you want to make sure that, okay, can I actually rank for this search term? Or in other words, are there any high authority websites that are already ranking for the search term? Which means you'd have to avoid that search term. So yeah, so for this step, I'm not going to show you how to do it in this video, but come to this blog post or watch this video, and they will talk you exactly through how they do their competitor research, and then do it on all your 200 search terms. As you work through that process that they'll share, you should boil down 200 search terms down to 30 search terms. Now, these 30 search terms will become your main topics. So in a sense, every single search term will become an article topic. Okay, so once you have your 30 search terms, the next step is to start writing. So a lot of people ask how many articles is enough to get a bit of success. So I recommend you try to write at least 3 articles a week, and never stop. The biggest trick here is to be as consistent as possible. Don't let yourself burn out. Give yourself some time, and just keep writing. You're not going to be good at first, but the more you write, the better you'll get. So for this step, highly recommend again, come to the blog post, watch this video. Income School, Jim and Ricky, they're all about writing high quality content fast. So in this video, they'll teach you how to write the perfect blog post in less than an hour. As mentioned before, there's a very specific blog post recipe, as they call it, to follow. So you want to make sure you check out this video and follow that recipe exactly. Your question-oriented articles will be response posts, and these are roughly between 1,200 and 1,500 words. In the beginning, it'll probably take you like 3 hours to write an article like that. But once you start getting better and better and more proficient, you'll probably start smashing these kind of articles out in like an hour and 30 minutes. Okay, and that is the process. So obviously keep going through that process, writing as much as possible. So obviously going between research a list of article ideas and the writing process, and try to get as many articles out as you can as possible. And then once you get the traffic, as mentioned before, and that high quality United States traffic, then come back to this blog post and follow step number 5 and learn how to monetize your blog. So in the beginning stages, don't even worry about reading the section at all. I mean, you can read it for interest's sake, but just try your best not to get distracted. In the beginning, you'll see a few site visitors trickling through. And even when you do start getting like 100, 200 people visiting your website a day, try not to get distracted by monetizing your website, because that will just take your time and effort away from doing what you should do, or doing what will move the blog forward, which is writing high quality content. Okay, so yeah, highly recommend you guys come and dive into this step-by-step tutorial again on financebriefly.com. And then if you just Google Finance Briefly and how to start a blog in South Africa, this article will come up first. So once you find this article, just work through it step by step. As always, in the comment section, hit me up with any questions. I'll be more than happy to get back to you guys, including in this YouTube video. I'm going to be doing a lot more tutorial videos like this. Please let me know in the comment section if you'd like me to go into more detail in the next videos. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss it. See you guys next time.